Such an ass. Hi guys. How are you today? It is a brilliantly sunny Sunday. I know it's Super Bowl Sunday. We don't watch football up here. I mean, we can't quite grasp it. You'd almost think it was the Stanley Cup. They get so excited. So football is not a big thing here on the East Coast. Of course, we do have football fans, but personally, I don't know anything about football. You know, I mean, but then who doesn't like a tight end, right?
Hello.
A surprise. We got him a mic. He's all mic'd up.
I have a microphone now.
So all I can say, gang, is be very careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. So we're going to have a max relax day. This is not going to be a stressful one at all. So it's drink your coffee, drink your tea, or drink whatever beverage that you pour yourself at this hour of the day. For me, it's
Wine?
cold coffee.
Oh.
He went and got himself one, but he didn't get one from me. So, so we're going to play with Sweetheart, Cherries, and Roses today, using a color palette that is a little out of the ordinary for me. I am not a pink person. I ordinarily don't do pink. But, of course, then I had to come up with something that used every shade of pink I have in my box. So here we go. We're going to start with our roses. And we've got a bonus phone stand in that pattern as well. If you look in the pattern, there is a pattern for the phone stand. So it is a little bit smaller because the original phone stand that I used was slightly smaller than the ones that we use now. But it's easy to adapt. It's only short by about a little bit. So if you're ready, so am I. What's up?
We're moving to YouTube, right?
We are moving to YouTube. So this is our last Facebook Live, but we are going to be doing all future classes on YouTube Live. So that's pretty exciting because it's a much more stable platform. It seems we have fewer issues with that one.
But there'll still be the occasional small live.
Oh yeah,
Facebook.
we'll still do the occasional small live, but these live classes we're going to do on YouTube.
Yep.
And I think we figured out, Renee figured out the chat system. So now that we'll know how to help you get connected on the chat system on YouTube Live. And I think it'll have a few more benefits and options, not just for us, but for the people that are watching too. So that's pretty exciting. And I just got a look of myself. You know, I'm like half an inch. Look at my hair. I put enough hairspray in it this morning. You could have dot certified this.
Yeah, I'm a techie. I'm not a makeup artist. I can't help you with that.
Well, the hair is hopeless anyway. I beat it into submission this morning, but even that, it's it's like a helmet. Right. There's enough hairspray on there.
So we getting started?
We are.
All right.
Okay, so we're going to tackle this pretty piece. I like these. These are fun to paint. Okay, the downside to this mat is the cat hair. It sticks to it like crazy. But it's also very easy to clean up. So I kind of like this thing. Sandy pointed me in the direction of this silicone mat to put on my painting station. And you can get paint on it. Heck, you can even use it as a palette and then take a baby wipe and wipe it right off. It's great. So kind of like this. It was cheap enough. I got this one on Amazon. I think I paid like $19 for it. It wasn't very expensive.
You look comfy.
I'm comfy. If I get any more relaxed, I'll slip into a coma. Okay, so we're going to paint Sweethearts and Roses. Sweethearts, Cherries, and Roses. This one has a really bright color palette, to say the least. We're using Dragon Fruit, which is that hot pink. That is our Cherries. And we're using Carousel Pink, I think, is the one I used for that rose. And then we have Antique Green and Olive Green for those leaves. And then that little string of pearls in there is just warm white. It's a pretty straightforward one. So we're going to get started on these. Now the first thing we have to do for this piece is to add the stenciling to it. So I've put a black base coat on my ornament piece. And I've already traced mine on. Most of you probably wouldn't do that, but I've already traced my line drawing on. So I'm going to position my stencil. I'm using a 1/8 polka dot on this one.
I'm going to zoom in on that.
But you could use like the 1/8 check, the little checkerboard would work for this too. Any kind of small pattern, something small and dainty would work really well with this. But I'm kind of enamored with polka dots these days. I like polka dots.
Oh, so, what is the name of the mat?
This one is called Longfite, Longfite,
Longfite.
Longfite. And I found it on Amazon. It was, in the $20 range. Worked out really well. And the fact that I can just take a baby wipe to it afterwards is just great because it cleans up so easy. So I'm going to...
Need a lint roller for cat hair or glitter?
Oh my God, I didn't even think about glitter on this thing.
Oh. No. No glitter.
No glitter. I'll have to test that theory. So I'm just going to give this a quick pass. I'm not trying to get these polka dots absolutely perfect. So my brush is nearly dry and I put these in. So you'll notice I put down a line of tape. There's a horizon line on these ornaments. So I put a line of tape. Oh my God, I didn't even think about glitter on this thing. So I put a line of tape on there just to keep the polka dots on one side of that line.
Just making sure the audio is good.
Yes, the audio is fine. So I've got my polka dots in place, so I'm going to remove that piece of tape. Now, the original ornaments were done on sort of this little tavern sign type thing, and I dug through my stash, but I didn't have that shape. So I just reworked the line drawing so that it would fit onto these little rectangle pieces. And that seemed to work out just fine. So that line that goes across there, I'm going to use one of my gold paint pens for that. One of those Deco Color gold paint pens. And so when I'm all finished with this, I'm just going to put a bead of that gold on that line. So it gives us a nice separation in that design. And now we're going to start with those roses. Now I've got one coat of that carousel pink on there, and hello, the lights are on and nobody's home because I didn't put a base coat. I usually put white over top of black, like put a coat of gesso or something in there, and I didn't this time. I just went ahead and started painting.
Is that why that pink looks so dark?
That's why that pink looks so blech. So I'm going to have to put another coat in. So I've got two on there already. So now I'm doing a third just to get that nice solid coat in there. But the nice part is I don't have to be too meticulous about it because I left that black space in between all of those elements. So now I can take that last coat, go right over everything. And it gives me a decent coat of paint, and it subdues those lines a little bit. And I can still see where my pattern is. Now ordinarily I would have put white gesso on these, but this is what you get for prepping at 9 o'clock at night. But it worked out just fine. So our friends in the south of the border there are getting a snowstorm today in some areas, and we're expecting it the next day or so. So Everybody here is battening down the hatches and buying their storm chips.
Storm chips.
It's a Canadian thing. It's an Eastern Canada thing.
Dragon fruit and question mark?
Dragon fruit and carousel pink. Now that carousel pink is that really bright. It's such an in-your-face pink.
My eyes.
My eyes. So we're going to base coat those roses with that. I like this method where I leave a space between, just makes things a little bit easier. They disappear as you're shading anyway.
Oh, Karen's in the studio.
Hey Karen, how's my girl? My girlfriend Karen moved from the East Coast and went all the way out west. She used to come and help me in the studio. For those that used to take classes with me in at various trade shows and events and would buy pattern packets. Karen is the lovely lady that used to come over here and spend hours stuffing patterns and packaging stencils and whatnot and helping me get ready for all these classes. So I really miss my Karen for a variety of reasons, not just packing patterns. She was my buddy.
You've known her since?
I've known Karen
Longer than that?
Oh, 30 years. We've been friends for 30 years.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Super Bowl Sunday, food filling up the house with great smells. Storm is brewing in and having fun painting with Tracy. What more could a girl ask for? It's raining in Virginia.
Ooh. Is that Fairfax,
Everyone
Virginia?
needs a Karen. Well, that Karen, yes.
Yes.
Karen we're talking about, everybody needs one of her.
Oh, yeah. Everybody needs to have a Karen Jones. So I've got my roses best coated, and I have 2 coats of the dragon fruit on these cherries. I'm thinking I need one more.
What brush were you just using?
This one was just a number 5 round. That's all I was using, just something to get that color in.
It's just a brush to get the paint in there.
Yep. A number 5 round is what it actually was, but it was a black gold.
She could have used any brush.
But any brush for filling in that space will work just fine. There we go. It's a good thing I have 2 coats on there because this color does not cover very well over black.
What colors would be good substitutions for both the pinks?
For both of those pinks?
Would be a good substitution.
Actually, you can use a lot of different pinks. I mean, razzleberry would be great instead of that.
The color of the month?
Yeah, that's the Decorwork color of the month. That razzleberry would be a great one. It's a little bit darker, but still a nice bold pink. And I have a new favorite right now. This one, boysenberry. It was not a color I ever used much, but I really like this tone. It's really, really nice. Look at that. Those 2 colors would work very well. It would have a little more of a vintage feel for these pink roses, but I think it would be really pretty. And then, of course, you could always get like peony pink. You can't go wrong with peony pink. I think that's a really pretty.
It's cold in Champagne. Did you send it here?
No.
No, not our fault.
We're not taking the blame for any of that bad weather.
Nope.
So I'm
That
going
weather
to.
sounds like a you problem. Can you bring it forward?
Yep.
There we go. Thank you.
Yep. He's just keeping me in the shot.
It's a small piece.
It is a small piece, and I have a tendency to want to pull it into my lap. And everyone out there can commiserate. I know you can. Okay. So I'm going to dry this real quick.
I wanted to do that with motorcycle tanks. Can't do that with motorcycle tanks.
So let's start with the background, those pearls. I love putting pearls in things. I just think that they're pretty, especially anything that's going to be girly or whatnot. So I've put a base coat of warm white on these pearls, and it gives me a chance to talk about another little tool that I've been using.
Oh.
I really don't think that you can paint a round thing and make it look round if the original drawing doesn't look round. Getting nice, clean, round images. And so here's my solution to that. If I can find my line drawings. So when I'm tracing on my line drawings, and I know I sound like a broken record to some of you, this is a tool that I use all the time, is these little circle makers. So when I have something that has pearls in it, or it has a circle in it, I find the circle that matches that size, and then I trace the circle through that template, and then move it along as I trace individual ones. And then what you get is this nice round circle in those pearls. They stay nice and formed. That way your pearls don't have an egg shape when you're painting them. So that's my favorite little tool. I have probably circle makers in a variety of sizes. I think I have 5 or 6 different ones, so that I have a variety of sizes for circles. And then you can always make a nice, clean, crisp, spherical circle. So no, you don't have any bobbles. And that way when you're painting them, they come out nice and round instead of egg-shaped. So,
well, Bill just informed Karen that we've known you for 32 years.
32 years. Wow. Long time, buddy.
Wow. So definitely knew them in Germany.
Oh, yeah. Well, we knew them here in Gagetown back in the day.
Back in the day.
Back in the day. Okay, so we're going to start with those pearls. And you guessed it. Asphaltum. So all of those pearls, you have to decide where your shadows are going. So looking at these, my highlights are going to come from this side. So over here is my light source. So that means that all the shadows are going to go on the back side of these pearls. Now I'm going to brush this out. I don't want this full strength. So I'm going to have just a little float of asphaltum on the back side of those pearls, just like that.
Yes, everybody knew asphaltum was going to be used.
It's inevitable.
It's inevitable. It happens. Yes, it's been a fun ride.
So I've just put that little float on the back side, the right side, lower right side of each one of those pearls.
There's a question that came up here from Laura.
Laura?
I have lots of purples and corals. I was thinking of substituting, but I'm wondering what would be 2 good bases to use and what shade color might work best for either color scheme, purple and coral.
I think coral in this color scheme would be so pretty. And corals, oh my goodness. I do have my favorites. I love the coral tones that we have in the Decor lineup. These two. This one is called Coral, just hello. And then Bright Salmon. This one is slightly richer. There maybe one value out. It's a little more pink than orange, but I like the Bright Salmon. It's a really rich color, and it shades beautifully with a little Tuscan red. Just a tiny bit of Tuscan red. Brush it out, thin it out, whatever. It looks so pretty. It takes on a really nice rich tone to it. It has just enough red that Tuscan will give it a really warm oomph.
And the purples?
And in the purples, I would start with the lighter values, say like a lavender. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Here's two nice ones. So if you're looking for a two-tone, like I did here, I wanted one brighter and one deeper. So in the purples, there's your deeper one. This would be great for the hearts. And then this one is Lilac Meadow. That would be great for that rose. And then shading colors, I would use Diox purples.
There you go.
So a dioxazine purple would be a great shading color for this.
Someone gave Renee a mic.
Yes, we gave him a mic. So
actually, we got a whole new audio setup, so if you like it, let us know. Hit the thumbs up thingy, the like button there.
Yeah, hit the like button if you like it. And if you've rethought the whole thing,
Yeah.
too late.
You guys have been asking for a mic for me, so
Yeah, we got him a
one.
mic. We got a bunch of new stuff in this week too. I got an amazing box of goodies from Southern Ridge Trading the other day. Oh my God. I love Karen Beaupre. That woman is just incredible. She is so talented. So I've got a little bit of titanium white. I'm going to put a highlight on these little pearls. I'm not going to bother floating a highlight in. I'm just going to put a little highlight in with a liner brush. And this one is, I've got a 15-aught extra long detail liner. So I'm just going to pick up a, oh my goodness, I have a bent bristle. That's not good.
A bent bristle?
Yeah, there we go. Fixed.
On your micron?
On my Dynasty Micron. It just got...
Shame.
It got dinged up. So I'm on the upper left side of that pearl. I'm going to put just a dot of titanium white. Easy peasy.
Can I zoom in? Sure. Whoa. You're going to have to move it forward a bit. There we go.
He's zooming. There we go. So up on the upper left-hand side of those pearls, I put a little tiny dot of titanium white.
Might be hard to see.
Might be hard to see. It is white on white. So I'm just going to dry this really quick. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside for a second. I want to come over here and I want to show you something.
Oh, people are really happy with the audio.
Are they? Excellent.
Yeah.
Why is this clear?
As long as it's nice, crisp, clear.
So I was grumbling earlier that I had neglected to base coat.
You're
You know,
not in the frame.
I'm trying.
Oh, yeah. We're just base coating this.
Yeah, I'm just
So
base
zoom in.
coating this. So I had talked about, or grumbled about, I should say, forgetting to base coat, the hearts and the flowers with a little bit of warm white or with some gesso. And I'm going to show you why it's a good idea.
What were those two purples again?
The two purples were Lilac Meadow and Wild Orchid. Wild Orchid.
And is that your number 5 round again?
Yes, I'm just using it.
Oh, you're just base coating?
I'm just filling this in. So I'm just looking for, a brush that's appropriate to that space, essentially. So I'm going to dry this real quick. Now I've got 3 coats of that pink on that rose, and it's still a little mottled looking. So if I put a gesso or that base coat on there, that white, thin coat of white, and I go back to my round and I pick up that dragon fruit. I want you to see the difference.
Is it best to base coat with white before the pinks? Yes.
And you're going to see why in just a second. So I have 3 coats on over the black. The coverage is not the greatest. And the other problem is the vibrancy, because the black directly affects now I'm going to put a second coat on and watch what happens. So I have a much brighter pink in comparison. So let's put them side by side. See how much brighter that pink is and how much better the coverage is. It's still 3 coats, but on this I could actually use another coat. This one looks so much better. So I'm going to dry that.
Yes, the cell phone Surface is available on the website.
On Amazon.
The cell phone Surface.
Oh, yes, the cell phone stands. Yeah.
Phone stands are available on tracymoreau.net.
Yeah. So that's the difference. Putting that little bit of white under there helps keep those colors nice and bright.
That one.
And it helps with the opacity. Helps give you better coverage out of it. So I'm going to do the same thing with that olive green. And look at the difference again at how much brighter that green is with that white undercoat. Makes such a big difference.
It really does, especially when you're working with a black background.
Especially on a black background, yeah. So I've got my hearts base coated. I got heart base coated. So now I'm going to start shading. Now in the pattern, I believe it calls for Tuscan red. See if I have any Tuscan red.
How does the cell phone stand work?
Oh, these are great. These little phone stands are just the coolest thing. Look at this. I love this one. This one, my favorite, the Be Happy. This one, they come in 2 pieces like this. And then you just simply slide that one, slot A into tab B, or tab B into slot A. And then the phone will sit right there. The nice part is that you can run a cable. It'll go right between there, up through the front, and plug it in. So it's a great little place to charge your phone as well.
Yes, that's my dog.
And that's my grandpuppy, Miss Dot. So these are, they're a fun little surface to paint. I love painting on these. I know, because I've probably painted 50 of them. I love painting on these. They're just a nice little surface. And they're functional. They work really, really well.
Do you have the scalloped ornament surface on your website?
These ones are from Bear With Us.
Ooh, do I have that?
You'll find these ones, or you can also find these on Viking Woodcrafts.
Ah, Viking.
Viking Woodcrafts has these as well. This is what they actually look like. I painted on the back of the ornament. I just didn't want that line on there. Even though I'm painting it black, doesn't matter. So I have...
Yes, the bee stand is her pattern as well.
Yep.
You can buy the whole kit.
Yep, there's a whole kit for that Be Happy stand. I love that one. The Be Happy. I like phone stands. They're functional and they're fun. And
Oh, I feel sorry for Linda.
what?
Oh, she's from Winnipeg.
Is that Linda Jardine?
No, it's Linda Ingstrom.
Linda Ingstrom,
Yeah.
from Winterpeg.
From Winterpeg.
It's nippy in Winterpeg.
Yeah, I got a lot of good friends in Winterpeg.
Me too. So I'm going to take a little bit of Tuscan red on my brush, and I'm going to brush it out quite a bit. I don't want this color full strength. It is a potent color. I would rather put this on in layers.
What are you going to do with Bear With Us going out of business?
throw my support behind the remaining wood suppliers. That's what I'm going to do.
Ah.
Bear With Us is a fantastic company.
I don't think are they going out of business or are they retiring?
They're retiring.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's not really going out of business.
Yeah, they're closing their business, but they're retiring. Katie and Bob have been hard at it for a very, very long time. The two of them have just an insane work ethic. But you know what? They need to take a break and look after their family too. So.
Ooh, that's cold.
What?
Ooh, that's cold.
Where?
Minus 46 in Winnipeg with the wind
Oh
chill.
my good Lord.
Ouch.
Burr.
I think it's like 1 degree here.
Yeah, it's 1.
It's 1.
It's like, that's what, in Fahrenheit, that's what, 32 or 31 degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 1.
I just got cold.
I know. It's burr.
That is cold.
Yeah. So I'm shading all of these deep areas under there with
Okay, zoom in time.
a float of that Tuscan red.
Zooming in.
So all of those
Too much.
inside areas, like inside that rose, wherever the petals overlap.
And of course she
Darkest
moves it
value
out.
always to the center of that flower.
Minus 36 where Karen is.
Minus 36 and around the Edmonton area. Burr.
Yeah, no.
Yep, that's burr.
We'll just enjoy our 1 degree. Mind you, it won't last long.
No, we're supposed to get a cold snap in the last couple of weeks, so. So I'm just tucking those shadows in and around.
Freezing here in Hawaii. No.
I'm not
No.
touching that.
No. No. Nope.
So this rose actually takes shape pretty quickly. This is just a weak float. I'm not using a ton of color.
Okay. Laura with another question.
Okay.
I know we all prefer the quality of deco art paints, but many colors are becoming hard to obtain.
Yes.
Is Apple Barrel brand an acceptable brand to substitute for some of these colors?
I would go more to the Crafter's acrylic before I would go to the Apple Barrel, simply because Apple Barrel is manufactured by Plaid, and they are two different brands basically. And it is easier to match up colors when you're working with a like brand. So I would tend to lean towards using the Crafter's acrylic, which you can find in a lot of the dollar stores. They're fairly common in the dollar stores. Dollar General carries them. Dollar Tree carries them. They're fairly easy to find in the dollar stores. The quality of them is not as high pigment-wise as the Americanas, but still a very good quality acrylic paint.
So Holly is wondering, last week you showed
Oh, yes.
this.
Yep.
Do you plan on doing... Oh, that's next week's?
That's next week's.
Oh. Oh, I know exactly what she's doing, I think. Oh, that's a great design idea.
It is. Yeah.
A heart within a heart. That's... Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. I like that style of artwork, too.
Yeah. So next Saturday, I have a new design for you guys, and it's done on this surface. Just to give you a heads up. And I love this surface. It's just so pretty.
Is it easy to paint on?
It is very easy to paint on. I mean, the workmanship on these pieces is
And
insane.
that's from Southern Ridge Trading.
Yeah, this is from Karen Beaupre at Southern Ridge Trading. I love her stuff. And we just got a bunch of her stuff in.
But you can get them here.
Yeah.
Southern Ridge Trading at chipboard.ca.
Yeah, check out their website. She does the most amazing stuff, and she did this one for me. If you remember the heart tag that I did,
The joy
the
tag.
joy tag that I did at Christmas time, she had cut this beautiful little lacy wreath, heart-shaped wreath, and I loved it. I just thought it was gorgeous. And then we brought in more of the tags, so we have these kits in sale in the website too. And then I wanted something, I really loved that heart, so I asked her if she would make me a wood piece for it, and this is the result. It's gorgeous. I just love this piece. It's so pretty.
Also get them at tracymoreau.net. Ha.
And look at this one. This is so cool. These lacy hearts. So we got these in too. These are the little appliques. They're so pretty. And then of course I got those ones too because you don't have to have them all. Because that's how we are.
Will this be where? Will this be here when I watch it later? I'm a little under the weather today. Hate that I'm going to miss it.
Oh,
Yep.
it'll be up on the YouTube channel, and it'll also be able to watch it on the Tracy Moreau Live page. So,
And those of you who've just recently joined us, we're moving to YouTube.
yep.
YouTube Live.
So, be the same, same time every week.
Yep.
But we'll just be on the YouTube channel.
Yeah. There's just the options and more fluidity and
Fewer
better security
issues.
options.
Yeah, and fewer issues.
Yeah, and fewer technical issues.
So I love how this Tuscan red works with this pink. So I'm just going to continue shading under my flips and folds with that Tuscan red. Almost there though, I think. Just a couple more little spots to get. There we go.
Oh, excuse me. Hopefully the microphone wasn't that sensitive. Yeah, so next week's live will be on YouTube,
Yes.
and everything after that will be on YouTube.
Yep.
So those of you who are using tablets and phones to watch on YouTube, in the app, if you have it in a full screen mode, the chat room will be available in the bottom left hand corner. So if you want to send a message, just tap the little where it says your name,
Yep.
and then you can send us a message. It'll take some getting used to, and I know the audience will be quite small at the beginning, but it'll only grow from there.
Yep. But I like that it worked so well that people had fewer issues with it stopping and starting, and
Yeah, and the quality
and
was
the quality
excellent.
was great.
And it alleviates the whole having to download and upload and edit and
Everything can be done right from the YouTube channel,
Yeah.
so it'll make things a little more fluid and also make things a little more available. As far as
all good, Renee. We didn't hear a thing. But don't do that.
she meant we didn't hear you belching.
Oh. Okay, I got you. Oh, and she put a winky emoji, so that means she did hear
it.
Yeah.
She just forgave you.
She just forgave me.
So I am going to finish off this shading by separating those petals right there. This is not a difficult paint. Those floats don't even have to be perfect, really. And it comes together quite nicely. So now we have to add some highlights to this. Now, because I'm working in pinks and the original pattern, of course, colors, we're having difficulty getting certain colors. So I'm going to have to make do with what I have available, and I'm going to highlight mine with electric pink.
My eyes hurt.
It's a pretty bright pink.
All natural sounds.
Yeah, when it comes to all natural sounds in this house, it often sounds like the Wild Kingdom in here. So
Viking Lodge.
I'm going to highlight the tips of these leaves with a float of this electric pink. So brace yourself, Effie. So there is my highlight right here. And then I'm going to bring that out to the tips of the petals. Woo. Is that ever a bright pink?
That is...
That's a hot pink.
That's pink. Oh, that's an excellent question.
What's that?
If you're subscribed, you will be notified by YouTube when we go live.
Yes.
As long as you're subscribed and you have the bell notification icon turned on,
Yep.
you will know when we go live or when another video gets uploaded.
Yep.
So make sure, subscribe, put the little bell,
Yep. Hit the subscribe button.
watch all the videos, click like, don't skip the ads.
Don't skip the ads. Yeah.
I'm kidding. If you want to skip the ads,
Skip the ads.
skip the ads. We're not fans of advertisement, but YouTube partnership,
Yeah.
it got us the microphones.
It got us the microphones, exactly. So, look at how bright that flower gets with that highlight on there. It's like, whoo, that is an in-your-face pink.
I am not a pink girl, but I love the electric pink.
I'm not a pink girl either, but I think it's the contrast that we like. It's that pop in color.
I think it's the mixture of pinks.
Yeah, could be, because I'm not usually a pink person either, although I do own
Pink
one.
and black goes well together.
Yeah.
Mind you, pink or black and anything is a great color combo. When I did motorcycles, a lot of my backgrounds were black.
Yep.
Black is a very popular base coat for motorcycles.
So this is coming together. I rather like it. See, I like that. I like the contrast, that high pop of color. That appeals to me. And so I don't think a baby pink would have done that. Wouldn't have given me that zing that I wanted.
Is that ever pink?
Oh yeah. Pink rose.
Let's zoom out a little bit so they can see the whole thing.
Yeah.
There we go. There.
So I like that pop of color. Let's see. I don't know. I'm on I don't know, call it a romance kick or whatever. I just thought, with Valentine's, February is, Valentine's, so.
Singles Depression Day.
Singles Depression Day. So I like that little bit of pink in there, that electric pink. Ooh, is that ever vibrant?
And Paula says both our Harleys are black. Yep. It's actually, Harley doesn't paint their bikes black, believe it or not. They're, they don't even base coat them. They put primer, and then they put a coat of brown, and then they put a coat of, what is it called?
Don't know.
Iridescent metallic.
Uh-huh.
And then they put a coat of what is called a dark gloss. Mm-hmm. It's not actually paint. Black. It's a clear coat. Yeah. But it comes out black.
So,
which, by the way,
just about...
don't chip it.
Yeah, don't chip it. Just about there. I'm liking this. I'm liking how this is looking. Roses always intimidate painters. And I think a lot of the time it's just because there's so many angles. You know, the highlights change. So a realistic rose is not going to necessarily look like this, but it's not supposed to be a realistic rose.
Up to the paint.
Up to the paint.
Up to the
I'm
paint.
trying to stay in the shot. I
I
keep
know.
dropping down to the bottom.
I know.
Sorry, gang.
She needs a marker to.
Well,
see.
ordinarily I have that line drawn,
Yeah,
right?
and I'm
So
not putting a mark on your new mat.
I know. I've got to get used to how sticky this feels. Like it's one nice thing though that my painted piece doesn't move, but this feels sticky to me. I'm used to the paper.
If she could, she'd have it in her lap right now. Yeah.
Yeah, I would. I mean, they all know. They all know. Yeah.
Hunched like Gollum.
Yeah. Believe me, he's seen me in the studio often enough. He
And
knows.
she's seen me airbrush, so
Yeah.
yeah, I'm the same way.
We both look like Quasimodo most of the time. So I'm just about there. I'm liking it. What do you think, gang?
What do you use for your work surface? Oh yeah, we talked about that. That's the long fight.
This is that. Let's see if I do this. Move this in here. See? Move it into the camera range. This is a baking sheet, a silicone baking sheet.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, it is. That's what it is. And I got to tell you, well, look here. I've got like pink paint all over the...
Pink paint and cat hair.
Pink paint and cat hair, yeah. That seems to be the... So out come the Huggies, the baby wipes. So I could actually just put the paint right on this and use it as a palette, but a baby wipe and the paint comes right off. Look
But
at
not
that.
the cat hair.
Along with the cat hair. But look at that.
Ta-da.
Ta-da!
Oh, the rose is beautiful. Yes, yes, it is.
But I
Is
do
there a
like that.
pattern for the rose?
Yes, there is. It's up on the website. It's called Sweetheart Cherries and Roses.
Sweetheart, cheers.
And I do remember I was talking about the original line drawing had, or the original pattern had this sort of on a tavern sign type. Just knocking everything over today. So the piece was sort of on this type of surface, this tavern sign, and
Oh man, am I ever zoomed in?
for the life of me, I could not find one. I figured I probably had one in my stash somewhere, but I couldn't find any. So I went digging till I found these. So what I'm going to do is, because I redid the line drawings, I'll post the line drawing in the free download section on the website so that you can just download the line drawing, the updated line drawing. So it'll be on there, and we'll put it on with the pattern so that anyone from this point on, that if you buy a pattern, then you'll be able to get that line drawing. But in the short term, we'll put it up in the free section this afternoon, just so you don't have to go and redo the line drawings yourselves because they're already done.
I did a bee tattoo design recently that I want to paint in your style that I think would be great in my portfolio.
Cool. I've got
tattoo design.
I have bees on my legs.
Tattoo design. That's right too. You do have bees
Yeah,
on
I
your
have
legs.
bees on my legs. Yeah.
So you got dragonflies on one leg and bees on
And
the
bees
other.
on the other, yeah. I have a whole hive on my leg.
I have a leopard on my shoulder, a snake on my arm. It
Yeah.
doesn't go all the way around, but it's
Pretty close.
coiled. I have 2 dog paws on my hand, a cross, and a maple leaf.
Yep.
And a puzzle piece.
And a puzzle piece. We all have the puzzle piece.
Yeah.
Yep. So my rose is coming together. I'm liking it. I think I want to deepen some of these shadows. And of course, you know what I'm going to be using, because I use it to tone everything. This is my toning color. I use it for so many different things.
Oh, yeah, maybe I should...
So I just wanted to deepen some shadows without making them more red. I didn't want to create too much deep contrast, but I wanted to deepen those shadows. So I'm using a very thin float of asphaltum over top of that Tuscan red. So that helps me deepen those shadows, make them a little darker, but it doesn't drastically change the color, and it also doesn't make that red too bright. I don't want that red to be too bright against that pink. So I'm just deepening all of those shadows with a little asphaltum. And it keeps them from getting too bold. I prefer this color to be a little bit subdued. So that thin float of asphaltum just does exactly what I want it to do. Just tones things down a little bit, deepens that shadow. I like it. I don't know what I would do if Deckwort ever discontinued that color. If asphaltum was ever discontinued, I think I would have to stop painting. There we go. So I'm liking that. So there we have our bold and in-your-face pink rose. So now we have to work on those leaves. We've got some leaves out here. Now I've based mine with 1 coat of antique green. And again, had I been using my noodle, I would have base coated them with a little bit of white first, but I wasn't really thinking. So I'm going to, where's my other, there we go. I want my other angle. I'm going to double load this brush. I'm going to put a little antique green on the heel, and I'm going to put a little olive green on the tip. I'm going to blend those two colors. And this is going to be my highlight color. So I'm going to go from the tip of the leaf back towards the flower. Just a little. And I've double loaded it so that I get a decent blend. So the colors transition nicely. So there is. Good gravy.
What did I miss?
I don't know. Now I'm going to use a little plantation pine. I believe the pattern called for black green, but I'm using plantation pine.
They're all talking about tattoos.
They're all talking about tattoos.
I'm back.
So I'm going to shade this leaf with a float of plantation pine. And I'm going to come right down that center vein opposite that highlight. And then I'm going to go over that highlight close into the flower and down.
Was it sap green for, or no, that's
Plantation pine.
Plantation pine for the base?
Antique green for the base.
Antique green. Okay. Sap green's part of the
Fluid acrylic.
fluid acrylics, right?
And I'm going to shade underneath this one right here. Come over to this one and shade down the center vein first on this one.
There we go. Discontinued lots of colors that Betty Caithness used.
Mm-hmm.
So sad to have to try to go back and redo patterns with new colors. Wait till you see the cherries. Cherries are, once they're shaded, they're
awesome. I love these.
awesome.
Now, a couple of years ago, Deckwort did a book for the Stylin paint, the leather paint that they make. And I did a pair of shoes that used these little hearts on them. They were so much fun to paint.
You want to move it up. Thank you. Right there. Keep
right there.
Right there.
I've been told.
Keep it right there so they can see it.
Keep it still drifting back in my lap. So that highlight is just a little bit of that olive green.
Good job training that boy on his colors. I know my colors.
He knows his colors. God knows he went through mine most of the time looking for something to airbrush with.
I have used the cheapest of paints, and I've used the most expensive of paints on motorcycles. And I can tell you sometimes the cheaper paints came out looking the best. And I think the worst thing I ever was that touch-up job, and I used Harley's paint.
Yeah.
It came out the worst. And I followed their instructions. Do this, add mix 3 to 1, do this, make sure the hardener is add last. And yeah, well.
Didn't come out quite so well.
Came out looking like an orange peel.
So
I ended up wet sanding it for 2 days. And
oh, we've been there, believe me. So there's my leaves. And those are a simple float and highlight. You know, just a shade and highlight, nothing over the top. And I just use those 3 values of green. That's all you really need for that. Now, we're going to start on those cherries because I love the cherries.
Did you get your vacation yet?
Nope.
Nope.
Who takes vacation? So I'm really not happy with the base coat on these leaves because I usually put white underneath them, and this time I didn't.
Because of the surface she's using, like not the one she's painting, but the one she's on top of.
Yeah.
I can't put a mark.
Yeah, I can't put a mark because it's because I'll end up wiping it off. That's why.
And then we have to figure out where the center is again.
Then I have to go through this again.
Back in the 70s, I painted a Triumph motorcycle. Nice.
Ooh.
70s Triumph. Woo.
A few years ago, Decowarp had just put out the multi-surface satins.
Okay.
They're, paint on everything paint. And I had just received them. I remember that Tom had sent me my samples. And that same afternoon, your father bought a Katana motorcycle that somebody had dropped.
That's right, too. I remember the Katana.
Yeah. And someone had dropped it, so it had all these dings and scratches on the side. So I painted his Katana using the Decoarts multi-surface satins.
It came out great.
It did come out great.
That was gorgeous. I wasn't here for that, but I saw the picture.
Stan Clifford actually had the picture of that motorcycle as his desktop for about a year. It was so funny.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That was a gorgeous bike.
Yeah. I used Decoart's multi-surface satin to paint a motorcycle. It did. It come out gorgeous. It was so cool. So I got my leaves base coated.
Does tape stick to that surface?
To this?
Yeah.
That's an excellent question. Let's test that theory.
Nope.
Nope.
Tape does not stick.
The paint didn't, so the chances of the... So I'm going to put one more coat. This makes number 4 on these little hearts. Cherries. My goodness.
Everybody's giving tips on that.
Note to self.
How to keep you in frame. Put tape. Tape don't stick.
Yeah. I have a solution. we can move this mat.
You don't like the sticky feeling, do you?
I don't like the sticky feeling really. Yeah, no.
No.
It's great for the cleanup, but it's, from a tactile standpoint. And
Yeah, it keeps a piece in one spot.
yeah, it does. That's one thing I do
If it
like.
would stay there.
If it would stay there. But it doesn't. It wants to travel with me. Or I want it to travel with me.
Where is this one? I just know that red is expensive. We paid $600 for a quart of red metallic car paint.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, and they can get even more expensive than that.
The reason why, if it's a Harley brand, it's because they actually have flakes of gold and silver in the red metallics. And it's actual gold.
High reflectivity.
Yeah.
Beautiful paint.
Go check on my dog.
Okay. So I've got another coat on. I'm going to dry it real quick and then... I can't wait. I have one of those new heat guns coming from Tim Holtz. I can't wait. Ranger makes them, and it's supposed to be really quiet. That's my big thing. I love this one, but it's very noisy. So I ordered myself one of those new ones, and hopefully that one will get here soon because I'm looking forward to that. So now we're going to start shading these hearts. Now, I believe in the original pattern, I used some fluid acrylic. Oh no, I used all the regular acrylics. So the shading on these hearts is the Tuscan red. And I want them a little stronger than I did for the flower. So I'm going to start at the bottom of this heart, right down here. I want a nice shadow at the bottom of this heart, like that. And then I'm going to pull it up the back side of the heart, like so. And I'm going to do that for each of these hearts. So this one is tucked in behind that rose. So I want to bring that along the bottom and then up the back side again. And I want that shadow to stop about 2/3 of the way up, almost to the top of that heart. And then we've got this one down here. And again, I'm going to pull it up.
You still in the shot?
I'm trying. Am I still in the shot?
A legitimate question.
It is a legitimate question.
What is the name of the new heat gun?
It is a Ranger, and it's a heat something. I can't remember the name of it. That's terrible. They're actually available from cdwood.com. They have them. And it's this, it's a drying gun. It's meant for, looks like a mini hair dryer, but it's incredibly quiet.
Ranger Heat It Craft Tool?
Heat It Craft Tool, that's it. That's
There
the
we go.
one. For the life of me, I couldn't think of that.
That was about 20 years ago. I will never buy a red vehicle again.
So there, I've got my shadow on the back side. Now those cherries are starting to jump. So we have to give them a little spot for that stem to nestle into, and it's just a little float. And it's sort of U-shaped, just in the dip.
Ooh, I think I know this one.
What's that?
Yeah. It was dragon fruit.
Oh, the color for the hearts?
Yeah, the base coat?
The base color is dragon fruit.
Yeah, dragon fruit.
So I'm just putting that little dip in there, and it's just a little U-shaped
Dragon fruit.
float. Right there. Little bowl.
Paint all over the place.
So I'm going to rinse out my brush, and now we're going to go to that warm white. Oh my gosh.
She definitely got warm white on the brush.
Yep, all over the, not on the business end either. I got it all over the handle. Dropped it right in the palette. So I'm going to pick up a little warm white, and this is a float. It's going to be a fairly weak one. I don't want this one too strong.
Oh, Sandy, you're awesome.
Hi, Sandy.
Oh, put up a link for
she put the link up. Excellent.
Ranger heated craft tool.
So on the other side of that float, we're going to put that white. And I like to come along the bottom of that little U. Remember the little dip that we put in there? I'm going to float right along the bottom of that, up to the edge, a little in from the edge, and then down.
Nice.
So along the bottom of that little dip, over to the outside edge of that heart, and come down. Just let it run out just as it meets up with that darker float at the bottom.
My hubby says he's seen me with a glue gun and suggests that I stay away from heat guns.
I'm with you, sister. Almost set the other one on fire, which is, I finally burned it out. I just packed it in. I was sitting here using the heat gun to dry something, and smoke starts coming out of the back end of it. It was time to retire that heat gun.
Yeah, I would say.
Yeah. So these little hearts now going to get one more little treatment. I'm going to take a liner brush and a little of that olive green.
She's doing pretty good keeping it in there now.
I'm trying. And I'm going to put, oh my goodness, got a little drop of water there. That little stem. So it's going to start inside that little bowl that you created with that little shadow in there.
You ran out of paint.
I ran out of paint. And then you're just going to put in this little stroke. Now I like at the end of the cherry to put that little bar like that. Where's my flow medium?
Right there. Why the bar?
It's where the cherry snaps off. When you break off the stem, there's always that little bit left on the end of it.
Oh, okay.
So it just, there. So I put a little flow medium in my paint. That might help. So again, I start in that little bowl.
Nice.
This time I ended in the little bowl.
Either way.
But either way, gets the job done.
Don't forget that one. That flow medium really thins it out, but doesn't lose its...
It doesn't lose its vibrancy, but the paint really moves nicely. I like it.
I wonder if I could shoot that through an airbrush.
Probably. So now...
Mind you, I've never used acrylics through an airbrush. I've always used solvent-based.
Yeah.
Nope, sorry.
Oh, you use the other ones.
I used water-based.
So I'm going to take a liner brush and a little bit of titanium white. We're going to put a highlight on our berry because we want these cherries to look shiny and wet. So I'm just going to put a little comma stroke.
Is the YouTube channel Tracy Moreau, or is it a new one? Nope.
Nope, it's just Tracy Moreau. So I'm just using a liner brush to put that little comma stroke highlight right on that float that we did. Ta-da!
Make them look shiny.
Make them look shiny. So now I get to shade these leaves. Now there's two ways you can do this. One way is to shade the point of the leaf, which is pretty simple. So I come in from the edge of the leaf just a little bit and put this float in like so. Easy peasy.
That's different.
Yep, it just gives the leaf a little bowl shape.
I would have used my finger. I would have. I would have put my finger down, sprayed, and ta-da.
So it's just a little bowl shape inside, tucked inside that leaf.
No, sorry, I wouldn't have used my finger. I would use the inside of my fingers.
Mm-hmm.
The webbing of my fingers. Everybody's questioning flow medium? Question mark?
Flow medium. I usually use the Joe Sonia's fast drying glaze, but I haven't been able to get any. And someone had asked if I could use flow medium. And I thought, well, I've never used it, so I couldn't really say one way or the other. So I went and got a bottle. And oh my gosh, I love this stuff. It doesn't quite work the same as the fast drying glaze. The fast drying glaze does exactly that. It dries fast. This one actually stays open a little bit longer. So,
What is a good substitute for Deco Art matte medium?
matte decoupage.
Matte decoupage. Nothing wrong with finger painting? No?
Nope, we do it all the time.
Love the painting and the colors, not being rude, but I just got here's. Ooh. What are you masking? Making?
Oh, these are just little Valentine ornaments.
It's not rude at all.
Nope.
If you came in late,
Yep.
you don't know what's going on.
Late to the party.
It's all good.
It's all good. I just realized that I had set down the ornament that I had shaded all of the pearls on.
Do you dress the brush in flow medium and then dip it in the color, or do you
Yep.
add a drop of medium to the color puddle on your palette?
I put a puddle on my palette, comme ça, and then I get my brush wet. I go to the medium, pick up a little, blend it into my brush, pick up a little paint, and blend. Now I'm ready to float. So I'm going to putting my shadows back in because I did them on this one. And then turn around and painted this rose because, you know, lights are on, nobody's home.
It's okay. Yeah.
The nice part is that little puddle of paint that you started out in actually stays wet quite a bit longer than it normally would, which is fine because I can come back to that original blend and just pick up more color.
Are we going back to the phone stand?
Yeah, we
finishing
are.
That off?
Yeah, we're going to go to the phone stand. So this one, we've just got a couple more things to do to this. And that means breaking out my favorite liner. And so we're going to start with the leaves down here. I'm going to pick up a little bit of that olive green. I've got a little flow medium in it. And I'm going to add a little bit of the titanium or the warm white to it, just so get a lighter value.
Just a black background on this?
Black polka dots and polka dots. And I'm going to take that thinned green color, a little too light now. There we go. I'm going to take that thinned green color and I'm going to add just a soft squiggly line to the edges of my leaves, and I like to add a little curlicue to the end of the leaf.
Love how dainty and light your floats are.
I prefer to work in thin layers. I just find that I have better control with my shadows if I do things in light layers. I tend to go back in and refloat and deepen and whatnot several times.
I just noticed something.
What's that?
It looks like one of the polka dots is poking through one of the leaves. I just noticed it on camera.
Oh, really? Right there?
Yeah.
Because I didn't base coat with white, that's why.
Aha! Didn't base coat with white. That's what happens.
So there's my little curlicues. I always have to have my little curlicues in. And now that same squiggly line that I did to those leaves, I'm going to do the same thing in pink. So I'm going to take that electric pink. Whew, man, that pink is bright.
Hurts my eyes.
And I'm going to pick up a little of that warm white. I'm going to make this a little more pastel.
Do you still have the lampshade patterns and kits that I saw you do once last year?
Oh, the lampshade, the pattern is actually a free download.
It's a free download at tracymoreau.net.
Yep, it's on the freebie section on the website. So I've got my brush loaded with this thinned out pink, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to, in a few areas, add a little fine line like so. And at the edges of these petals, I'm just going to give this little squiggly line.
Oh wow, that really pops.
These are not realistic roses. So I don't really worry about that. The whole point behind this squiggly line is to sort of soften things a little bit.
Somebody's excited for their 50-knot liner.
I love my 50-knot. And so I do this all the way around the rose. It just softens the rose a little bit, gives it a nice, irregularity. It also hides a few little sins. Not in a bad way. I think these are, just makes some little baubles and whatnot a little less noticeable.
Does Renee feel the same about curlicues as he does glitter? No, actually, curlicues have a purpose. Glitter's purpose is being annoying. Therefore, I don't like glitter. Curlicues are a design element. Glitter is Satan's dandruff.
Oh my gosh. Tell me again why we got him a mic.
They asked.
I know.
Not my fault.
I keep telling them, be careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
So there we have it. We've got our rose with all our little curlicues in.
Tried to order that one. What they sell out for. Did get the fugly brushes.
Love my fugly brush. So there we go. So there's my rose.
Nice.
That's fun. These are fun to paint.
Typical man.
Remember I said we were going to put in a nice little border?
Tell us how you really feel.
Don't hold anything back. It's not a good thing.
Yeah, it's like a psychology agreement.
I'm going to use my steel edge ruler, and this is a extra fine deco color liquid gold pen. I love these things.
You got that on Amazon.
I did, and you can get them in a set. They come with 2 of the gold ones and 1 of the silver ones.
Nice.
And I think they were like $15.
Plus shipping.
No,
oh, no?
Not if you have Prime.
You've got Prime? Boom.
Prime. So, to prime this, pardon the pun, you need to shake it well and then pump it just like every other one. So pump it on here. And then I'm going to follow my ruler. And when I get to my rose, I'm going to stop And then come back to the other side and go right to the edge. I really like these particular gold pens. I just like the...
Beautiful pink rose. Maybe we can try a red, yellow, or white someday?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're going to do a white rose, shade it with a pale blue, and then use the asphaltum over top of it. It gives it a nice, slightly green cast. Works really well for white roses.
Nice.
These were really fun. This is a fun piece.
We got a bunch of cherries to do.
So there's our ornament. Now that phone stand, I'm going to do the same thing I did with the first one. I'm going to
blast it with some polka dots.
I'm going to put some polka dots on it. So pick up a little warm white.
You're not in the shot.
Of course I'm not.
Ta-da.
Why would I be in the shot? Silly man. Now fortunately I can see that pink flower, that
You're avoiding it.
I'm avoiding it. Now, I don't want these polka dots to be perfect. That would be boring. So I'm just, some are going to be bright, some are not.
Somebody's on the anti-glitter side.
Somebody, oh,
Yay.
you found
I have a companion.
kindred spirit.
I have a kindred spirit.
So there we go. I got a few polka dots on there. Nice. Now,
I agree with him. Glitter once, clean forever.
yes, that's a fact. I don't know. I saw COVID-19 described as a crafting project.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. 9 people are crafting. One person is using glitter. How many projects have glitter?
All of them.
All of them. Yeah.
What material are you painting on?
This,
I think it's pine, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Baltic birch.
Baltic birch.
Yep. These are just Baltic birch. I love these little phone stands. They're just fun. So, okay, I got polka dots all over the place. And I'm actually going to be smart about this time.
Base
It
coated
should
all
happen
white.
at least once today. I'm going to put a little warm white on my palette. You can use gesso. I mean, you can use almost anything. Any light, bright, fully opaque color will work just fine for this. I just happen to have warm white on my palette, so that's what I'm going to use.
Can't wait for you to go to YouTube. This keeps cutting out and pausing. Grr. Kind of the reason why we're going to YouTube.
Yeah, this should be at least an enjoyable experience. We want to have fun and...
Glitter and shiny things. You're not in the shot.
I am so in the shot.
Oh, you are. No, not here. Sorry. I was looking at the monitor. Should have been looking here.
So a little warm white on these. This is a fun piece.
Actually, I think somebody asked this way at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have warm white, how can you make it?
Oh, yeah. Warm white is one of those colors.
It's titanium and buttermilk, right?
It is. Titanium and buttermilk. And I use about a 4-to-1 mix. So 4 parts titanium white to 1 part buttermilk.
Wow, that's a bright white.
And it's
titanium
not, though.
Is quite...
It is very bright, but if you're adding...
Oh, buttermilk's got a lot of gray in it, doesn't it? Or...
Buttermilk's got a lot of yellow in it. So, titanium white mixed with that buttermilk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I use a 4-to-1, and that seems to work just fine for me.
Oh, Karen Wilson asks, what is the white table surface? It's actually a Everybody's asking about this.
Yeah, it's a silicone baking mat. And my pal Sandy McTeer was using one, and I watched her and I thought, oh my God, that's brilliant. It would make things so much simpler to clean up instead of, scrubbing it. You can literally get paint on this surface, and then even when it's dry, I'm going to dry it just to prove a point. And then you can take a baby wipe, which is what I've got here. Oh my gosh.
Crash bang boom.
Crash bang. I mean, everything is just falling apart here. This is just baby wipe, Huggies baby wipe. Look at that.
Gone.
And it cleans up like a dream. So I decided I was going to try one, and yeah, I like this. I have to get used to the way it feels because I'm used to working on a paper surface. But
is there a way to zoom in? Hard to see on a cell. Oh, if you're, I'm zoomed in pretty good right now. If I were to zoom in anymore, I'd lose a lot of detail.
So there it is, that long fight.
Quality goes out the window when I zoom in too much.
Ah, you can't see it. So.
Yeah, I can. I'll show you. That's my max zoom. Quality goes out the window. That's 20 times digital zoom. Whoop! I zoomed it way too far, and my lighting source now is kaput. Boom. If she leaves it there, we'll be fine.
Okay. I can't even tape it in place.
Found it.
Because I've discovered paint doesn't stick to this. Tape doesn't stick to this.
There we go. And boom.
So this little phone stand will not take very long to paint. And it's a fun little surface.
Brand of silicone mat? Long Fight.
Long Fight. Longfite.
Long Fight.
Inexpensive. The fact that it cleans up so easily is a big bonus.
Good for pies, good for paint. Pie.
So, just a couple more hearts to paint.
I'm stuck on pie now.
I know. Step on his foot and his mouth opens.
Hey. It's called pain, not hunger.
There we go. So I'm much smarter this time around. I actually put that base color on. Hello.
Christmas tree shop had the mats too. Very inexpensive. Been a while since I got them.
Like this one is an extra large, so it's 2.5 feet by 2.5 feet.
It's great on a 6-foot table.
And it's on a 6-foot table, so it covers a good chunk of my workspace, which is great. But I would imagine you could find these in almost any kitchen store or kitchen supply place. Would have them.
Is this this pattern is available on your website?
Yeah, it's up on the website.
Yeah.
Yep. If you use the little search engine thing, the little drop-down menu where it says newest and then most popular, just click newest, it pops up right away. It's on the very front page.
You said it was an older pattern?
It is.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you're out of the shot. Okay. It's an older pattern?
It is an older pattern. I did this one about three years ago, I think.
So 2018, 2017?
Yep. So I'm going to dry this real fast.
Human garbage disposal. No.
Not quite.
There are taste buds in there.
Yeah.
I don't eat everything.
He's a little bit of a foodie.
I love food. I love good food.
He loves good food. So I'm afraid we kind of spoiled him. A little bit.
I think it was afterwards. I think it was, what was it, 20 when I was living in Winnipeg?
Mm-hmm.
and found out that, yeah, eating craft dinner for a few days, that one after another, you realize, what could I add to it to make it better?
Yeah.
And then you
Anything.
end up spending like $200 on spices,
Yep.
and you're still buying craft dinner, but now you have different varieties of craft dinner with all the. You add a little cumin and some paprika, which now I've learned to love smoked paprika.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I used to hate chicken thighs, bone-in chicken thighs.
Yep.
Hated them. Now
You're welcome.
I love bone-in chicken thighs because richer flavored. Yeah, I'm a bit of a foodie. I love my food.
Yep.
Especially Indian food. Love Indian food.
Which we discover every time we make butter chicken.
Yeah.
We rediscover every time we make butter chicken.
Yeah. Butter chicken is delicious. I love chicken tikka. I love chicken masala.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so good. And since you're on the East Coast, can't give up a lobster roll. A good lobster roll goes a long way.
Oh, yeah. Fresh fiddleheads.
Fresh fiddleheads, just steamed and buttered.
Steamed and buttered with a little lemon juice. Yum.
Got to give a shout out to Matty Matheson
Oh, my God, yes.
if you don't know who he is a New Brunswicker, famous TV chef.
Yep.
Now. He is covered from head to toe in tattoos. He is not your typical TV chef.
No, he is not. I ended up, I have 2 of his cookbooks now because he is just amazing.
I showed it to my mom and she...
Yeah, he is amazing. So now I have 2 of his cookbooks. He's just phenomenal.
And a lot of his food is downright home cooking, but it's...
Oh, just home cooking to the next level. Yeah. I love it.
It's delicious. What pink is that?
This is dragon fruit.
That's the dragon fruit?
Yeah. So yeah, this pink is a little on the transparent side, but putting that white base down helps.
You have fiddleheads, question mark?
Fiddleheads. There's actually an empire fern or fern type of wild fern that grows here on the East Coast. It grows almost everywhere, actually.
Typically toxic.
And early in the spring, as they break through the soil, they come up, they look like the head of a fiddle. And if you pick them at this stage and then steam them,
they're delicious.
They're absolutely delicious. And it's a popular food here on the East Coast. It's a very popular food. And
so much so the federal government actually put street signs with the fiddlehead image on it, saying that you can literally pull off to the side of the road and pick them. Yeah, you can. You usually find them along rivers and streams and ditches and whatnot. And early in the spring around here, I mean, they're a very popular food item. Very, very popular. Janet got it. Yep. We'll paint a black line on the mat and wipe it when it's done.
There we go. That's a good idea. That's a good one. Using our Hiffy noodle.
Yeah, we could just put a black line.
Am I in the shot?
Yes.
You guessed it. It's asphaltum.
It's asphaltum. There we go.
So because I want to stay in the shot, I don't want to be traveling off.
We have fiddleheads or fiddlenecks in New York.
I love fiddleheads.
Yeah.
And they thankfully coincide with the first lobster season.
Fiddleheads, lobster.
Yep. It's all good.
And the lobster roll is really easy to make. Salt, pepper, mayonnaise, lobster.
Yep. And a fresh roll.
And a fresh roll. That's it. Yeah. You can add spices to...
Yeah. Don't mess with it too much.
Don't mess with it too much.
Yeah.
But you do got to steam your lobster.
Yeah.
And cut it up into nice, good sizes.
Bite-sized chunks.
Yeah. Salt, pepper, mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Mix in a bowl. Chill if you want to.
Yeah.
And then fresh roll. Make sure the roll is warm.
Finest kind.
Yeah. Spoon in your lobster roll.
Chow down.
Chow down. And cold beer.
Cold beer, yeah.
Cold beer and white wine to match with the lobster.
Yeah.
And I would suggest a light beer, like a Corona. Sorry.
Something crisp and clean. Okay, I was a little late to the party there, but
You're making me hungry. Sorry. I'm hungry.
so obviously base coating that with white made a huge difference.
Yeah.
So I'm not
huge.
fighting. Huge, because now I'm not fighting against those polka dots.
You're not
or
even
the black.
using your black line.
Yeah. It's right there.
Okay.
Hello.
Good. Karen, love lobster. We know you do. She's from PEI, isn't
You're
she?
from the island.
From the island. Of course you like lobster.
There's a thing about people here on the East Coast is that we refer to people from Newfoundland as the Rock.
The Rock.
Newfoundlanders live on the Rock. People from Prince Edward Island are just referred to as Islanders.
Islanders.
Yeah. If you're from Cape Breton, you refer to everybody else in the Maritimes as Mainlanders.
Mainlanders. Yeah. Mainlanders are well, we call them Bretners.
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 Capers.
Capers.
Yeah.
Scotians.
Yeah. Blue Nosers. Nova Scotians are Blue Nosers.
Blue Nosers. Yeah.
Yeah.
But everybody west of us calls us
Maritimers.
Maritimers. Easterners.
Yeah. So we're going to start right off the bat by shading and highlighting those hearts. This is going to go really quick now that I've got all this color in.
Sounds delicious. Might try it with crab. If you do it with crab, you need lemon and lime.
Yeah. So backside. Now you don't really have to worry about light source on this one. You can just shade them however you please. I just prefer to choose one side, so I'm going to shade my heart.
Who is the chef you mentioned? Matty Matheson, and I'll give you fair warning now, he is not your typical TV chef.
No. He's a little bit crazy.
A little bit?
A little bit.
Yeah, his name is Matty Matheson.
He is very entertaining. Take him with a grain of salt, but I guarantee you're going to find him very entertaining.
He enjoys food.
He enjoys food, and it's obvious. I don't know if he enjoys the food as much as he enjoys making it, but I'm addicted now. I have to go and watch him because he's just priceless.
And he's from New Brunswick.
And he's from like an hour from here, from where we are.
Yeah, he's
so
from St. John.
From St. John. I've made his chicken cacciatore. It's to die for, just so you know.
Oh, God, was it good? That was good. Who was... or Spud Islanders.
Spud Islander, that's another name.
Yeah, that was Karen, by the way.
Yeah.
Of course she'd know that.
She's a Spud Islander, that's
She's
why.
a Spud Islander.
So I'm going to... Let me see. I'll turn this one around, do it the other way.
Ooh, these get warm.
Putting that shadow down one side of those fun little cherries. I'm going to do... This part goes quick. So I can get a little...
Somebody lives in the Moncton area. Who's that? Janice LeBlanc. Of course you live in the Moncton area.
LeBlanc.
LeBlanc. We're near Fredericton.
Just south of Fredericton.
Just south of Fredericton.
Little village of New Maryland.
Little tiny village. Land of the last deadly duel.
Yep, the land. That's our claim to fame here in the village.
The last deadly duel in
Yep.
Canada.
It's the site of the last fatal duel
Fatal duel.
in the country.
The last
And both
legal fatal duel.
both participants are in the little cemetery up here, just up the road.
One died of infection later on, didn't he?
Yeah, one died at the scene and the other one died of sepsis a few days later. A couple of bright ones, let me tell you.
I disagree with you. Let's fight to the death. Bang, bang.
Yep.
Oh, you got me. Well, you got me too. Oh, I'm going to die. Well, I'm going to last a week.
And then I'm going to die.
Then I'm going to die.
So now I'm going to put that little U shape at the top, just like we did in the first one. It's just a little cup. Darkest value pointing out. I just want that little cup to put the stem in, like so.
Faye Reed. I have a growing list of items you mentioned to purchase.
Oh, and we have a giveaway today. We have a nice
yes.
giveaway today.
Did we not?
I've got a great little kit from Southern Ridge Trading. Yeah. You might have seen this. This is the little pickup truck. It's a dimensional pickup truck, so you can paint each layer. Even the license plate is included. And this one comes with a tree that sits in the back of the truck.
Yeah.
It is so stinking cute when they're put together. But she's got other items on her site that have the cutouts that will fit in there. So you can paint the truck and then you can change out the item that sits in the back. So for Valentine's Day, you could have hearts. For spring, it could be sunflowers or for some sort of flowers or what have you. I could see pumpkins sticking out of the back of this little truck. It is so stinking adorable. So one of you is going to win this little item, which is that Southern Ridge Trading pickup truck. It's awesome. And then, drum roll please.
What else we got?
Two of you are going to win one of these new 6x6 cling rubber stamps from Stampendous.
Whoa.
Aren't those awesome?
Those are huge.
They're huge, but they're beautiful.
They're huge.
These are beautiful. So, yep. So 3 people are going to win. Somebody's going to win.
One looks like a roadmap.
One is. It's the Streets of Paris.
Streets of Paris.
So there's the map of Paris, and then there's this gorgeous floral pattern, and then one of you is going to win this little pickup truck from Southern Ridge Trading.
Okay.
So, to get entered,
Who is it?
you have to comment and share this video.
Share. Yes, share away.
Don't forget to share the video. And before we sign off today, Renee is going to select 3 of you to take that. Yeah. So I'm going to finish putting my little U-shaped float on my hearts. This is just such a fun little piece to paint. And it doesn't take long. So then I'm going to rinse out my brush. Oh, wow. Really zoomed out now.
Yep. Fix that.
So now we're going to put a highlight on our berries. I'm thinning out a little warm white.
My bad. No, stop.
You good?
No, it's going to look like Crackhead was operating the camera. My bad.
So I'm going to put a float of that white along just underneath that little cup that I put on there, and then down the side until just before it meets that shadow that's at the base of the berry. Yeah. Crackhead is right. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, our monitor just caught up and she saw exactly what was happening there.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So again, just on the opposite side of that shaded area, I'm going to put that float of warm white, and I make sure it comes underneath that little cup that we've so diligently painted in there. Just like that. And I often use the heel of my brush to sort of blend out a few things. Sometimes they get a little too sharp And so like here, so I would take the heel of my brush and just model it a little bit. So I'm getting there. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Come up, and I come in from the edge just a little. Just like that. These are fun. These little phone stands make great gifts. Little stocking stuffers at Christmas time.
You can get the surface from TracyMoreau.net. Wink, wink, and a nudge, nudge.
He's such an ass. Oh, he made me mess up my float.
I'm sure I was involved in that.
So I'm just going to scrub it out. Like so.
I shared with my Facebook world.
It's okay. Let's try this one again.
Great.
So there we go.
Another great takeaway is the thought that glitter is Satan's dandruff. I don't think I'll ever glitter without that swirling in my head. Yes! I am converting them slowly. Mm-hmm. Renee, what are you drinking? Coffee.
I know this is going to be hard for you guys to believe, but he does not drink.
I don't drink alcohol. I don't. I may have a glass here and there, special occasions, or...
He had a glass of wine at Christmas time, and I ended up finishing it for him. He's such a lightweight.
I'm not just a lightweight. I just don't drink anymore.
It's not necessarily a bad thing.
No. I just chose not to drink.
So...
I don't enjoy it as I once did.
So now I've got all my highlights on my cherries.
What time is Sandy's class?
At 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
Eastern Standard Time, yes.
She doing a live?
Sandy is live this afternoon. She is painting those awesome tulips.
Nice.
So once I'm off of here, guess where I'm going? I go watch my girl paint tulips.
I will never be converted from glitter. Sorry, Renee.
Okay, so now I have to take a little of that warm white. I paint in a couple of leaves here. Okay, did I pick up like the one round brush in my paint bin that's got wonky?
Probably.
Oh, wow, it's got wonky.
Janice Matlock.
Janice Matlock. Is she one of our winners?
She is. She won the pickup truck.
She won the pickup truck. Janice, if you go to the TracyMoreau.net website and you open up the home page, in the lower right-hand corner on the first page, you will see a little thought bubble. If you click on that thought bubble, send us a message with your shipping information, and we will get your little pickup truck out to you, courtesy of Southern Ridge Trading.
Yay.
That little message service on the website works really, really well. I like it.
It's easier to manage?
It is. It's so much easier to manage, and
what's
it's
going on here?
that way I don't miss anything.
You're not following your black line?
I missed my black line.
Okay.
And it's not a black line, it's an asphaltum line.
Asphaltum line, sorry.
No? Oh my goodness. I have a knack for picking up the wonkiest brushes today. I grabbed a round brush, and it's got a wicked split in it.
Janice. Sorry. Janice. Not Janet. Janice. Janice Matlock.
There we go. Okay, so I think now I've got a brush that'll actually paint without making a mess. There we go.
Who won Streets of Paris? Pick a stamp. Sorry.
Oh, pick a stamp?
Pick a stamp.
Well, let's go with the Streets of Paris.
All right. Streets of Paris. It's going to Glenna Nash. Glenna Nash? Glenna Nash. It's a lot of N's.
Excellent. So Glenna, just visit the website and use the message service that's on there. It's on the front page, little thought bubble in the lower right-hand corner. You can click on that, send us a message with your shipping information. We will get your Stampenda stamp out to you.
Boom. And we'll save the floral 6x6 for the outro.
Okay.
Oh.
We've got one more stamp to give away.
Yay!
Again, I really wish I had base coated
You're
all
not
of this.
in the shot. Oh, you are in that shot now. I'm looking at that one. I should be looking at this one.
You should be. So if I'm drifting, guys, bear with me. I'll get back.
Got a crackhead operating the camera and an artist trying to paint at the same time. It's hilarious.
I think it's worked much better since you've got the mic now. You're not just this mumbling entity in the background.
I think it was a little bit more ominous the last time.
Ominous? Yeah.
Ominous.
You lost something in translation? Is that what you're worried about?
Yeah. Now they can hear me and everything I say.
Just remember to take that thing off when you go to the bathroom.
I already did. And I would tell you it was quite musical.
I'm sure it was. So I'm just going to use that olive green.
Whoa, that really...
It is a nice bright green, isn't it? Poof. I like it.
Caption said no. One more mower stamp
One more stamp to go.
to give away. Oh, the closed caption. Somebody's got the closed caption. Mower stamp to hive away. Hive away. Giveaway. Really enjoyed the extra time today. Oh, good. We are definitely going on 2 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't give you... Ooh, ah. Now that I've said that, I looked at the battery life. How's this one? This one's fine. This one's fine.
Yep.
I can take
Okay.
it from this one.
You just realized that one of the cameras is running out of juice. So, but we're almost done.
There we go.
We're almost
We
there. We have a lift off.
And there's no interference anymore because of the new microphone setup.
Yes.
Before, if we plugged in any power to where our audio plugs in,
Yeah.
we'd get interference and it'd be very annoying for you guys. And
Yeah, we ended up.
doesn't
with,
sound good.
Jeez. Honest to God.
You just throw in...
I've thrown paint everywhere.
Okay. You missed completely.
I dropped the brush.
Oh.
This is just such an easy, relaxing paint. I mean, there's nothing major to this. I wish I had.
Good way to reinforce the pattern. This should be a fabric line. Like leggings?
It would be cute. It would be cute. I was at an event a couple of years ago. Deb and I went.
You're looking at somebody who wears brown pants.
Oh, some of these girls have seen me at trade shows where I wear my skull leggings.
Oh, okay. Two smaller patterns. Yeah, you did 2 smaller projects.
Yeah,
Today.
I did.
Not just one project.
Not just one project.
So you're getting 2 for 1 deal. For free.
Just like the pattern.
Yep.
It's like the pattern has got both designs in it. So, and we'll load up the new line drawings for this on the rectangular surface. We'll put those up. They'll be in the freebies section on the website
Could be
this
on
afternoon.
any surface, really.
Yeah, it's an easy. It is a very easy pattern to adapt. So, So I'm going to dry this real quick. That little bit of white makes such a big difference.
Can you use the mat as a paint palette? Absolutely.
Absolutely.
She is not right now.
Sandy frequently does. She just pours the paint on and then she wipes it off with a
She
baby
has a-
wipe when she's done.
She has a palette off to the side.
Yeah.
It's the way she's always done it,
Yeah.
but there's a bottle of paint in the way.
But me, I would probably have my arm in it because it's too close to me. As it
Yeah.
is, I get my arm in the other one. It's just, I know, what you're used to, I think.
What was the rigger size you used on the leaves?
Oh, a number 2.
Number 2 rigger.
Yeah.
Most popular rigger.
And it's the one that I use the most. So I like the 02, but the number 2 is my favorite. So I'm going to add some little stems, and again I put that little mark in there just because.
Do you have the rigger brushes in stock yet?
No, we do not yet. I know that the brush guys, they get them in on a fairly regular basis. If they don't have them in when you're there, there's a little button at the top of the page you can click that they will notify you when they come back in stock.
And if you're quick,
Yeah.
you can get one.
Yeah. And if you're...
And don't forget to use the promo code.
Yep. We have a promo code. So don't be afraid to use that. Gives you an extra 10% off. I think it's 10% or 5%, something like that. Gives you a little extra bonus, and let's face it, better in your pocket.
You're out of the shot.
Sorry. I'm trying to see this line. That's why I need to get it closer to me.
She doesn't have camera awareness just yet.
I'm getting there.
Slowly but surely. More videos, more lives.
I'll get there.
You'll get there.
It's habitual. I keep wanting to pull it this way. So I've got my little stems in. I've got my leaves done. I'm going to shade the leaves a little differently this time because I can.
Different technique.
Just slightly. Just so that you can see how changing the placement for a shadow changes how the leaves look. So in this case, I wanted the leaves to sort of have a little bit of a concave look. A little bit, like they're scooped. And so you can see that's how I put that shadow in so that it gives them that little bowl-like look. So in this case, I want them to have the opposite effect. I want them to have them sort of curved away from me. So I'm going to put the shadow at the base nearest the stem, in this case, like this.
It's the same C-stroke kind of?
Same C-stroke, but this one is going edge to edge at the base of the leaf, like so. And it changes how the appearance of the leaf.
Whoa. What's your promo code? It is Tracy, capital T for Tracy. Tracy.
Tracy.
No E.
No E. And M.
M.
Capital M.
Capital M.
All one word.
All one word.
Yep. It'll give you a little extra.
Gives you 5% off.
Yep.
According to Deb.
Yep.
Deb says it's 5%, so. The troublemaker that she is.
Yeah. Now, Deb, speaking of Deb.
Oh, yeah, if you need Stampenda stuff.
Oh, if you're looking for Stampenda stamps, you need to check out paintingwithdeb.com, especially if you're in Canada, because she is stocking them on her website, and she can ship them really inexpensively, comparatively speaking, direct from BC instead of having to ship them from the US. So if you are looking for some of the new Stampenda stamps, and I'm going to show you a couple, because Deb sent me a goodie box this week, so I got a goodie. And this is a new one. I can't wait to play with this.
They've already seen these ones.
Not that one.
This one?
Yep. Gimme, gimme.
There you go.
So this is the new one that she just got in. I love this. Look at this. The dragonfly.
Whoa.
I love it.
It's glare, though. There you go.
Yeah, that stamp is beautiful. So Deb's got these on her website. She's also got my favorite, the Vintage Note. This one here. So she's going to be stocking them. I have this one and this one available on my website now. I think Deb is sold out of these at the moment.
Of the grunge ones?
Yeah, I think she's out at the moment.
Yeah.
I have some in stock, but I think she's sold out. But if you want to have a look at paintingwithdeb.com, go and check this out because she's got tons of the new Stampenda stamps on there, and they're fantastic.
Fantastic.
And
Wait. Painting with Deb. Look at that. There it is. There you go, Deb.
so this one, I talked about this one last week, that grunge set with the swirls. We used this one for the background on the hearts. I love the set, and it comes with a stencil. There's a beautiful brocade type stencil in there as well. So it's a great bargain. So I love those. This is my new favorite. I've been using this one a lot.
Sandy McTeer also has them on vintage.
And Sandy carries the Vintage Note as well. So if I'm out of stock on the Vintage Note, one of my girls
Deb is
will
out of
have it.
stock on vintage note.
Is she? Oh, okay. Well, I was of absolutely no help then. So I've got one more leaf to do, 2 more leaves to do. So I'm going to put that shadow right there at the base of the leaf where it joins the stem. Do the same thing to this one. Let's see.
Sandy McTeer's got it. Mom's got it.
I've got it.
Deb's got it. Nope, she's out of stock. Right.
Deb's got a great selection of stamps though on her site.
She's got tons more to choose from though.
Yeah.
Sandy's in stock.
If Sandy's got them, there we go.
Was our inventory updated?
Yes, it has.
Yes, it has. So we're in stock as well.
Yep. So I've got
For vintage note.
my heart on there. Now, before I do the next step, I want to clean off all my graphite lines. So I'm going to break out this is my favorite eraser. This is my Factus Black. There's a reason why I go to this eraser, especially on black backgrounds, and it is because I can take off my graphite lines without polishing that black paint. So I'm going to take off my graphite lines because I really don't like graphite lines. And the next step involves using some matte medium. So if I put the matte medium on, I will never get the graphite lines off. So there we go. 2 more steps to go for this piece.
Yeah, I know. She loves shaking the camera.
I'm sorry, it's just the camera stand is attached to the table, and I'm working on the table, so wow. There you have it. Okay, so I got my graphite lines off.
Factus Black eraser.
Yep, best eraser ever. Love them.
Fatis.
Factis.
Factis.
And I'm going to take out a baby wipe so I can get rid of all of this eraser debris. Ta-da.
Watch out for that line. Don't take your asphaltum
I'm
line.
going around it. Try not to get rid of the line. There we go. All right, so we've got 2 more steps to go.
Cactus Black. No, Factus.
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 So I have some matte medium, Decorworks matte medium.
Where can I get matte medium?
Matte medium you can get from maureenbaker.com. It's also available on decorwork.com. What did I do with my scissors?
I don't know.
Okay, so in the pattern, underneath the phone stand, you're going to see these 3 words: dream, inspire, and create. I cut the bottom with a pair of edging scissors.
Gotta love autocorrect. Cactus. Factus.
And inspire and dream. So which one am I going to do?
What do you got?
Create. Let's do create.
Create's good. Always good.
So here's my phone stand. Here's my little word, create. I like that it's got this little ruffly edge at the bottom. And I'm going to age this paper just a little bit because I kind of want it to look like old lace. So I'm going to take a little bit of asphaltum.
Do we need highlights?
Yep, we'll put highlights on it. And I'm going to put a float of asphaltum along the bottom of that paper.
Should make it look like it's burnt.
So I just wanted to make it look aged. That works for me.
I like the burnt effect.
And somebody so brilliantly pointed out that I forgot to put the highlights on the hearts. So titanium white.
It wasn't me. It was one of them.
I know.
I can't remember who. Who did it? Janet. Janet. Oh, I really need the matte medium.
So I'm going to use just a little stroke, little comma stroke of that titanium white on that first float that we did. Like that.
Boom. Just like the cherries in the ornament.
Just like the cherries in the ornament. I almost forgot to put the highlights in. Until I was very gently reminded.
Oh, it would have been soft highlights. You could have done it.
It
With,
would have
like,
been.
You would, with the IPC brush.
I could have done that, yeah.
Could have been softer highlights. This is bang, highlighted.
Yep. I want these to be shiny. So, little
Like a
comma
polished
stroke.
cherry should be.
Little comma stroke, like so.
This is printed on laser or inkjet.
This one is printed on a laser.
And does it make a difference? Yes.
Yes, it does. If you're working with an inkjet and you're going to do this, make sure you take it out to the garage and put 2 to 3 light coats of matte spray on both sides of your print.
Yeah.
Do them light, let each one dry. And then you can cut it out and use it. But you have to seal that paper. Okay. So now I have my create. And where did my matte medium go? It's underneath my create.
Yes, it was hiding.
It was hiding. Shush you.
Where'd my matte medium go? Oh, it's underneath this little piece of paper that
It was hiding under
size
there.
of confetti.
So I'm going to brush a little bit on. I'm going to choose a spot right here, I'm thinking. So I'm just going to brush a light coat matte medium right there. And I'm going to take my create and dip it in my water. I want that paper wet. Not drippy, but wet. And I'm going to position it comme ça and make sure that it's reasonably level.
And get the bubbles out.
And then a little matte medium on my brush, and I'll brush it over top of that. Now if I brush it from the center out, it will help me get all those bubbles and ripples out of the paper. Then I can take my matte medium and go over the entire piece. Like so.
Wonder if the microphone picked that up.
My tummy is talking.
Hungry?
Getting there.
Yeah.
So I'm putting a light coat of the matte medium over the whole surface just because I want to seal in everything to protect it. And I'm following the grain of the wood so that I don't get any ridges, whatnot. One nice light coat over top. It does a couple of things. Look at the colors just jump. Just poof.
Like it.
And I'm going to grab my heat gun and I'm going to dry this real quick. Doesn't take long. And I kind of like that when I printed this in color, the words had a bright pink purple color to them, so. Okay, we're nice and dry. So now we only have one more step, and that is going to be with my handy dandy paint pen.
Dun,
Wrong
da, da, da.
My handy dandy paint pen.
Any suggestion for a gloss outdoor varnish?
Yes, Duraclear. Decoart's Duraclear. It's my favorite varnish. Their exterior is fabulous. Their gloss varnish is fabulous.
Do you varnish over the matte medium?
I usually take my pieces out and I hit them with 2 or 3 coats of matte spray. I prefer a matte finish. That's just my preference. And if I'm going to use a brush-on varnish, then I usually opt for the soft touch or for the ultra matte. Just because that's my preference. But I do love my Duraclear varnish. I use the gloss on some Christmas ornaments. I do like their gloss varnish.
The heat gun is a Heat It craft tool by Ranger.
Yes.
The Ranger Heat It craft tool.
Yep. And those are available from cdwood.com, Chris Hoy's website. Miss Sandy turned me on to that thing. It was awesome.
What time is Sandy's video?
She's on at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today.
So that'd be a 5 o'clock?
5 o'clock my time.
Okay. Where on Tracy's website can I find this pattern?
It is in the e-patterns section. If you go to the little drop-down menu as soon as you open up the website,
Click
on the
newest.
go click on newest. It usually says most popular in there, but you can drop down menu, find newest, click on that. It'll come up because it is one of the most recent things we've added to the website.
Don't spray while your cars are in the garage. It's hard to get
No.
off.
Yeah.
There's no vehicles in the garage.
Nope.
And it goes outside if the motorcycle's in there.
Yeah. Everything goes outside if the motorcycle is in there.
Yeah. Because
That's this baby.
that's like death wish.
Yeah.
And I don't blame him.
I like finishing my pieces with this gold pen. I just like how it finishes the edges nicely, and then I can put like a little bit coming up onto the face of the piece. I just like how it finishes. It gives it a nice sparkle.
Sandy will be live, yes.
Sandy is painting those awesome flower market tulips. It's just a gorgeous piece. And she has such a cool way of painting them, so it's a beautiful, beautiful piece.
Since we're getting close to the end.
So there we go. I've got my edges done.
You're almost out of time.
And we could almost spatter this if we wanted to. But I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to put it together. Comme ça. Shove that puppy in there.
Ta-da!
Ta-da!
Ah, that lovely sound.
There we go. A finished phone stand.
Wait a second. Gotta zoom out.
And our ornament.
Yay! Look at that. Those are awesome.
Yep.
And
And you could do the same thing to this with that gold paint pen. Do the edges of that ornament. Would work out really well. All right, guys.
there.
That's it for me today. Thanks for joining me today. This
was a
was a
long one.
lot of fun. It was a long one, but hey, what else
Hey,
are you going to do on a
it's
sunny
the-
Sunday afternoon
It's the last one.
in the middle of a pandemic? And yeah, it's our last one.
It's our last
It's our
one.
last big Facebook Live. We'll probably do some small ones
Yeah,
here and
we'll do-
there. Yeah.
Itty bitty ones.
Some itty bitty ones, let you know what's coming up on the YouTube channel, things like that. But
Little pop in here and there kind of
Yeah.
thing.
So-
I have a quick question.
you do?
Yeah. How's the battery on your microphone?
I don't know. The battery on my microphone is almost dead.
Mine's at half.
This is at half. So apparently I talk more than he does.
Just saying.
Just saying.
Oh, and
Oh my God,
the
the
last
hair.
one.
Oh yeah, we've got that last one. That last one is Janet Benoit.
Janet Benoit.
Janet Benoit. Janet, you won that Stampendous stamp, that 6x6. It's an awesome stamp.
Yes.
So just put a message on my website, on that little messenger. Fire us off your shipping information. We'll get that out in the mail for you tomorrow. And don't forget, head on over to my YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button so that you'll be notified, and activate those
The bell
notifications so that you get the notification when we are going live. We will be announcing it on our Facebook page, and of course we will have other lives and other videos available for you on the Tracy Moreau live page as well. But the big video, the big free classes that we're doing will be on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, the ones on Saturdays will be on YouTube.
Yeah. And what else? What else? Next week. Yes, next week.
Oh,
next week we're painting on that gorgeous little heart.
Yes.
If I can find it. There it is. This beautiful piece. I love this piece. It is not necessarily Valentine's, but it's going to be a fun one. I think you're going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And
I'm going to really enjoy it because it's my kind of thing.
It's his kind of thing. So he's going to love it. I think you're going to enjoy it too because it's a lot of fun. Don't forget to check out the website. We've got a bunch of new stuff up on there, and I think we've even got some stencils on sale, and we've got some patterns on sale, and there's a bunch of stuff. Anywho.
Janet Benoit screamed, apparently scared her husband.
That's okay, Janet. It'll just keep him on his toes.
Yeah.
I think we should give this away too.
Yeah.
The little phone stand.
You want to give away the phone stand that
Yeah,
you just did?
I think we should do that.
You going to finish the back?
I'll finish the back, yes. So pick another name before we go.
Oh, no. I'll get them to pick a number between
1 in 50 million?
Give me a second. Let's say pick a number between 1 and... How many viewers you got?
I don't know.
Let's see how many viewers are on. Between 1 and 169.
Okay, so whoever picks the right number, he's got one already selected.
Okay.
Okay. So let's have a quick one. Let's see who's listening. Whoever wins this one is getting the phone stand. We'll pop that in the mail for you.
Here we go. We're waiting. 670. That's not, no. No.
Anywhere between 1 and 169. First one to get it. This is fun.
Oh.
I thoroughly enjoy doing these every Saturday. They're a blast. We're also going to add a couple of new Zoom classes to the website this week that will be coming up. We had such a big response to that Oh Holy Night sled that we're going to run another Zoom class. So just watch for that in the next few days. It'll be up on the website. And the other one we're going to be doing is French orchids, which is going to be about a 5-hour class or so. So
Whoa.
Both of those are going to be up on
5-hour class?
On Zoom. Yep.
Okay.
So those will be posted to the website sometime this week. Probably a couple of others as well. So
it's a good thing I'm not involved in that.
All right, gang. He's watching to see who comes close.
No one's gotten it yet.
Nobody's gotten it yet.
But somebody's got really close.
Closest one to it.
Closest one to it?
Yep.
Janine Osborne.
Janine Osborne. We're going to send you out this Create phone stand. We'll finish it up, make sure that it's all nice and pretty.
Osborne.
Osborne. We'll finish it up all nice and pretty, make sure it's got a good coat of varnish on it for you, and we will pop that in the mail for you.
The number was 17, by the way.
The number was 17, and Janine was the closest
With 18.
with 18. Okay. All right, guys, that is it for me today. Thanks so much for joining me every weekend, and it's great seeing all of your names pop up on there. And I love the questions, and I love the interaction, and this is just great fun for me. So I'm enjoying it as much as you are, hopefully as much as you are. So we will see you next week, regular Saturday, on YouTube.
YouTube.
Same time, same bat channel.
Same
Okay,
bat
guys.
time, same bat channel.
God, I remember that.
Okay, guys. Mwah. Love you. Stay safe.